Hello children, welcome to the world of virtual learning. I hope all of you are keeping well. Today, as we begin with our learning process in the new academic year, first we will pray to God for the sick in this time of crisis, those who are frightened, those who have died, those who are still grieving. May all of us be safe from the deadly disease, and we hope that the whole world may earliest overcome with this threat of coronavirus. So, wishing you a good health. With that, let's start with our syllabus and a few tips about the lesson and learning process. Children, I wish all of you should first sit with a register, any available register. Maybe you have not purchased the books or the writing material, but hoping that you have any register, old copies or something, and a pen, because I'll go stepwise and systematic with the writing part as well. So kindly arrange as we start with it. So in our first chapter, let us manage with our available resources that we have. The lesson is reproduction in organisms. Even I am managing with the textbooks that I am having, but obviously updating with the syllabus of 2021. So herein I'll start with certain technical terms, and I hope that all of you should be able to write it. Certain tables, children, I'll give you, so you can keep writing in your copies. First, what is reproduction? Reproduction, though all of us have been using this term from a very early stage in sciences, it basically, please write down children, it's a very apt definition and you must be familiar with this. So please write it. Reproduction is a biological process that results in the formation of new individuals of the same kind, though usually with slight genetic, structural and physiological variations. So because this is a stored up or recorded video, you will be able to write this even later if you can't cope up with the speed, children. But see that kindly, understand with the things, and you should be able to ask your doubts no matter whatever. Alright, coming to the second term, it is lifespan. Now children, all of us know that whatever is born will die one day. In short, we are all mortal. Now, every living organism survives for a limited span of time. Only it is for a certain period of time. So what is lifespan? The duration between the birth and natural death of an organism is called its lifespan. So look at this keyword, children. What it says, the natural death shouldn't be accidental, right? So you may write down. Then it is also important, children, that we have a variety of organisms in nature, be it plants or animals. Now in your council syllabus, there are certain conceptualized learning part of these terms. Please note it down in a tabular fashion. See how have I written for you? Table of organisms and their lifespan. Please write it in the same order, children, as it is given in the same order in your books, in your syllabus also. Books, it's some jumbled up version given, but this is what your syllabus restricts to. First, banana, and the lifespan is 25 years. Second, rice plant, 4 months. Rose, 10 years. Banyan, 300 to 500 years. Butterfly, 1 to 2 weeks. Fruit fly, 1 month. Tortoise, 100 to 150 years. Crocodile, 60 years. Parrot, that's an Indian variety, 27 years. Crow, 15 years. Elephant, 70 years. Dog, 15 to 20 years. Horse, 50 years. And cow, 15 years. So children, as you can see, I have already written over here to learn by heart. Please ensure that you also in this holiday time, you can utilize this time for learning also, because sometimes you get questions directly and you have to learn the time. Now, moving further to some more terminologies, the third term that I'll be giving you to write is clone. Now, you must have heard of this term, but what is the right meaning of this term? Clone basically means the offsprings produced by asexual reproduction, which are morphologically and genetically identical to the parents, right? So these are basically the products of asexual reproduction, which morphologically, that means externally, as well as genetically, their genetic makeup also is exactly like the parents. So please note it down. Then one more term, what is called as ramets. The term ramets is usually used for the members of a clone. It is a carbon copy of the parent. You can see this, it's a carbon copy of the parent. So I hope, children, before moving further, once again, please see what all things have I given you. I have given you certain terminologies about reproduction, lifespan, a table. This is to be exactly copied down in your notebook. Then the meaning of the term clone and ramets. Now, before we introduce some more things, it's important to basically differentiate with a very similar term. Most of you have been using this term called offspring, and sometimes you only use it for the children, right? But in this part, and obviously further, you must be careful to use the term clone only in asexual reproduction, whereas the term offspring is strictly used for the sexual reproduction. So children, there are basically some few differences. Clone, it's a product of asexual reproduction, whereas offspring is obtained as a product of sexual reproduction. That means wherever two parents are involved. Clone is derived from a single parent. That is what you call as monoparental. Whereas offspring is derived from two parents. That it is biparental. Clone is a product of mitosis. That is the somatic division, whereas offspring is a product of meiosis, because during the gamete formation, during sexual reproduction, meiosis occurs before gamete formation. So I hope this difference is clear, children. So further with, whenever you use the term clone, ensure that you're using strictly for asexual reproduction. Now, what is the purpose of reproduction? Why should reproduction occur in anything, whether a plant or an animal or even humans? There are basically 4 or 5 purposes, and they are, you may write down. First is, it maintains the continuity of the species. Otherwise, life would have come to an end if there were no means of reproduction. Then, population organization. That is, varied categories of young, adult, or the medium age group. There's a proper strata of organized individuals. Then replacement. Whatever is old and weared out or dead has to be replaced by the new cells. So it must replace. Then reproduction also causes variations. The term variations means changes. It introduces genetic variations which are helpful in adaptations and evolution. Ultimately, it is the life process what depends on these evolutionary changes. Then, reproduction also helps in the existence of life. So I think that is clear. Moving on to modes or methods of reproduction. This also basically all of you already know in your previous classes. Reproduction is of asexual or sexual kind. Basically, asexual, whenever we say, it means that single parent produces the new individuals, whereas sexual reproduction involves two parents. Fusion of two dissimilar gametes, one of which is a male, the other which is a female, and this leads to the combination of genes. Now, certain examples where asexual reproduction takes place, it is the kingdom Monera, what we call the members as Monerans, Protista, the members called Protistans, simple plants and animals. Then, please note this down. This asexual reproduction is strictly absent in higher invertebrates and all vertebrates. No, in any